So I can't like everything else surprising, like on training or what I had to do. I was never surprised on that. My surprise was going back to the basics, being at I would say the greatest show on earth, the best of the best. And then when you start off, even though a lot of guys are coming from Ranger Battalion, SF, the SEALs, Air Force guys, like we're already shit hot, right? Like you'd think you'd just go right into doing badass shit. No, you go back to day one shit, which was fucking awesome.
I have some questions that we're going to get into later with your shooting instruction about the basics, because I've heard you say some things I find very interesting. But with the guys on Delta, now you're in a place with, like you just said, the best of the best of the best. Did most of them have your mindset of, I live for this shit, like this is my passion? Is that kind of how you have to be at that level?
Yeah. And that's why it was such a great opportunity and a great place to work. When you have guys that you're going on target with that are all like-minded, they want to be there, right? There is no fear. They like, I mean, it's when you go to a hit, it is literally a fucking race to see who can get there first. Well, you know how exhilarating that is to be with 20 or 30 fucking dudes that don't fucking care if they get shot. Like it's the greatest feeling ever, and it's almost addicting, and that's why you want to just keep acquiring fucking targets, because I mean you're with a bunch of dudes that are not only the best of the best on shooting and tactics, but they all want to be there. Pretty fucking cool situation to be in.
I can't even imagine. It sounds so unbelievably awesome. Well, did you spend most of your time then in Iraq?
I would say, well, yeah, most of my deployments were Iraq. I think I had 5 or 6. Well, it might have been 6 or 7 in Afghanistan.
And when you are doing, you're on the helicopters, you're in the Humvees, and you're going to a raid, and like you just said, you got 20 or 30 guys, they all want to be here, they're amped up. Do you feel before you even get off the vehicle, before you even fire that first shot, there is no force on God's green earth that is stopping us? Who's ever in that house, we are going to kick the living shit out of them.
Yep. And that's the mindset every shooter should have, like LE guys, agency guys, home defense, and anyone who holds a gun for protection. I mean, that should be the mindset. Unfortunately, it's not. So to be going on target with that, that is not only the mindset, but it's, I think it's straight up true, but I mean, like you 100% believe that is the case. Like you're the fucking baddest motherfuckers coming in. There's no one gonna be there to stop you. I mean, and people that get shot over there, I mean, it's straight up luck. I mean, because they're most of the guys shooting at you aren't aiming.
Right.
So, but yeah, that is what you're feeling when you're going in. Like, for one, no fear, but everyone on that helicopter knows that they're the baddest motherfucker out there.
One of the things I'm always curious by when I interview special forces guys, SEALs or whatever, and they talk about combat, is kind of the human element. And I always get a range of answers. I'm curious to hear what you said. When you get into these firefights, when you do these raids, when you're taking out the bad guys, is there an element that you're like, oh, that could be someone's son or that could be someone's father? Or is it more like, fuck them, they would drill holes in our skull, they kill innocent people, who gives a shit, they're bad guys? Or do you kind of, is there a human element, or is it just, no, fuck them, let's kill them?
Don't probably sound like a fucking asshole by saying that. No, I never thought that once. That never entered my head. And I mean, most of the guys I work with did not think about that. I have talked to people that, had contemplated that or thought of that, but me personally, never entered my brain. And I will never look back and say, oh shit, like that might have been someone's freaking dad,
Well, look, and I agree. And I've never been in the military, but I'm fascinated by military history. The reason I ask that is because we have people in the media and college students on college campuses, and when they talk about like terrorists, they try to like humanize the atrocities. Like, oh, they're not that bad. You need to understand. And I'm like,
That's bullshit.
yeah,
What are they trying to do to us?
right,
You know,
exactly.
like why would I feel sorry for someone while I'm coming in on infill on the birds and I'm getting RPGs thrown at me and freaking rounds thrown at me? Like they're trying to kill us. Like, so yeah, um, I would never feel, I never felt sorry for anyone on target ever.
Right. Are there any moments when you look back at your career that stand out as like maybe the one or two moments that you'll be telling these stories forever, is like, that was such an unbelievably cool thing that you can talk about? I'm sure a lot of it's classified, but is there anything that you can talk about where you look back and you'll always say, I cannot believe how awesome that was?
Yeah, well, definitely I have one, and I've said, so people that are listening that have already heard this, it's repeat, because the one that does stick out to me. So when we go on target, we're a force, right? I mean, there's guys with you. Like, so there's, I mean, I would say 50, 60 targets where there's been multiple dudes like in a compound running around shooting at us and we're shooting at them, but you always have a team with you or two teams with you. So there was one time where I laddered up on the wall, and there just happened to be one ladder on the wall. So I was the only one up there. Other teams were on other walls in the compound, but they couldn't see what was going on. So I was up on the wall, and I just got lucky as hell where I was at in that compound. I was the only one who could see. Like no one else could take shots or anything, and it just all hell broke loose. And so I got very seldom do you get to even make your own kill, but like individually, because we're all so good that everyone's so fast. If there's a bad guy, we're all shooting them, right?
Right.
So, and then it's even more seldom to get a chance to shoot multiple dudes by yourself. So I was on the wall. All hell broke loose. I had like I think it was 5 dudes in the compound that were. I mean, I had RPGs coming at me. I had grenades being thrown at me from the left. RPG coming at me from the front. I had small arms coming at me. I'm the only one of them up on this wall. And I got to engage all those targets by myself, and it was not only it was good for like training, because up until then multiple targets by yourself, it was always like the rhythm drill or cadence drill. And I remember, like, I mean, to this day, and it's good as an instructor, I can like now bring this to civilians, like better ways to train. I remember on the wall by myself shooting these dudes thinking the fucking way that I've been training multiple targets is fucking totally wrong. Like rhythm drill and cadence drill is not a thing, because you can only shoot one guy, like you can only kill one guy at a time, right? And that's what it was. So it was cool for that on the train side. The funny thing was on it, because everyone wants to get some. So like for some reason we only had one ladder. And like while I was shooting, you could like I don't know if I saw them or I just heard them underneath me. They were all like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm just getting it on right on the wall. No one else was getting any play. So they were scrambling to get fucking ladders. The other teams were trying to come over the wall that I was at. But that would like if I was to pick out any hit that I've been on, that would have been the one that stands out, because I actually got to engage multiple threats by myself with no help.
And
it just never happens.
Was that in Iraq or Afghanistan?
That was Afghanistan.
That is absolutely wild. When you guys come back from a mission, or maybe you're back in the U.S. after deployment, is it kind of like how, athletes, they kind of one up each other, right? When they're like, yeah, you threw 3 touchdowns, but I threw 2 and I rushed for 2. Do you guys like get into debates over like who did the most badass shit?
Yep, absolutely. It's usually the new guys, because they I'm telling you, it is the greatest show on earth. Like we get to pick targets that we know we're gonna like either take contact at, or it's gonna be a big target. So so it's all, so they're finally getting their shot to like get in real good gunfights, you know, and it's always the newer guys that are coming in. They're like, man, you know, did you see me do this? Or did you see me do that? And it's always the guys that have like multiple deployments with the, you know, they're like, man, we all fucking did the same thing, you know. They're like, oh well, we were the first though, you know. Yeah, we talk about it all the time. I
That's
mean, and it's funny. It's funny to hear the perspective of the newer guys that are just getting there compared to the guys that are seasoned, that have been there a while. It's just it's like literally it becomes just an everyday occurrence. I mean, we're going on target sometimes three times a day,
three
which is
times a
fucking
day.
just insane. Yeah.
And did you have a problem with that, or you're like, hey, if there's a fourth and a fifth option, let's go hit
Yeah.
more targets
For,
today?
for me and most of the guys I work with, yeah, it's I like to if you were you in college?
When what 9/11 happened?
No, like did you go to college?
Oh yeah, I went to college. I went to the
Was there
University.
ever a time where there was like your guys, your buddies were going out to a party, you didn't really want to go, but they were all going, and then you're like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go because it might be the best fucking party ever."
Right, you don't
Like you
want to
didn't
miss
want to
it.
miss it, right? Because you didn't want to miss out on like the best fucking thing. Well, that's how gunfights work. Like you never wanted. Whenever you heard another team going out and getting a good gunfight, you were fucking jealous. Like you were like, God damn it. So you wanted to go out constantly because you're always looking for the best party. You know, you're always looking for the next best gunfight.